Before you change your life, look at where you sleep. I was taught to hide power in objects, to block progress without people realizing it. But the truth is simpler. Your bedroom is either preparing you for your breakthrough or silently training you to stay stuck. Today I will show you what must be removed, not to fear, but to finally move forward. When you walk into your bedroom, something is already happening to you. Even before you sit down, even before you lie on the bed, your body receives signals. Your mind adjusts its posture. Your breath changes. This is not imagination. This is training. Every environment trains the one who lives inside it. Most people believe discipline begins in the mind. That is only partially true. Discipline begins in space. The room you wake up in shapes the first thought you carry into the day. The room you sleep in shapes the last thought you carry into your subconscious. And the subconscious does not argue, it accepts, it absorbs, it repeats. You may say it's just a room. But the body does not see just. The body sees order or chaos. The body feels safety or tension. The body prepares for rest or prepares for survival. If your space is noisy, cluttered, restless, your nervous system never truly stands down. And when the nervous system is always alert, clarity cannot arrive, breakthrough cannot land. Look closely at how you treat your bedroom. Is it a place of recovery or a storage room for unfinished decisions? Is it a place of presence or a dumping ground for distraction? Every object has weight, not physical weight, mental weight. Each item asks something of you, attention, memory, emotion, and the more your space asks from you, the less you have left for your purpose. People chase motivation while sleeping in disorder. They seek clarity while living in confusion. But the mind reflects the environment it trains in daily. If you want inner stillness, you must practice outer stillness. If you want strength, you must remove what weakens your focus. This is not spirituality, this is alignment. Understand this, your bedroom is where your discipline either dissolves or is restored. When you sleep, the conscious mind steps aside. The deeper mind listens. It studies the surroundings and asks one question, is it safe to grow here? If the answer is no, it keeps you small, not to punish you, but to protect you. This is why change often feels blocked even when effort is present. The effort is real, but the environment contradicts it. You cannot move forward while sleeping inside signals that say, stay the same. Your space must support the direction you are asking your life to go. So before you demand more from yourself, remove what is demanding from you. Before you seek power, create order. Because the moment your environment stops draining you, your energy begins to return. There is an object many people keep close to them, not because it serves them, but because they are afraid of being without it. It does not attack you. It does not shout. It simply waits. And the moment you become still, it pulls your mind away from where your power lives. Attention is not a small thing. It is your most valuable currency. Wherever your attention goes, your life follows. And yet, before sleep and immediately upon waking, many give this currency away without noticing. They allow something external to decide the rhythm of their thoughts. The result is not exhaustion alone. The result is fragmentation. When your attention is divided, your spirit cannot gather. A scattered mind cannot hear its own direction. You may feel busy, stimulated, informed, but not grounded, not centered, not whole. This is why many feel restless even when lying in bed. The body is still, but the mind is running in many directions at once. Look at what you reach for first when the day begins. Look at what keeps you awake when the lights are off. If an object invites comparison, urgency, or noise into your most vulnerable moments, it is training you to live outwardly. And a life lived outwardly is always reactive. Breakthrough requires inward strength. This object promises connection, but often delivers disconnection from your breath, from your intuition, from the quiet intelligence within you. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is where clarity forms. But when silence becomes uncomfortable, we fill it. And what we fill it with slowly becomes our master. The mind needs boundaries. Without them, it becomes a servant to whatever demands attention the loudest. You do not lose discipline in one moment. You lose it through repeated small surrenders. Each night you allow your attention to be taken, you wake up with less authority over your own direction. This is not about rejection, it is about placement. Power is not found in extremes, but in control. When you decide where your attention rests, you decide who you are becoming. And when you protect your attention before sleep, you protect the quality of the thoughts that shape your future. Your breakthrough is not blocked by lack of effort. It is blocked by where your attention is leaking. Gather it, guard it, place it where it can grow. Because what you give your attention to before sleep is what you will wake up becoming. Many people believe they are stuck because life is resisting them. In truth, life is responding perfectly to what they are holding on to. The past has weight, not because it is powerful, but because you keep carrying it. And often, you carry it in silence, in the corners of the room where no one looks but your subconscious remembers. Objects connected to old versions of yourself do more than occupy space. They keep a story alive, a story about who you were, what you lost, what hurt you, or what you once needed to survive. These stories may have been useful once. They kept you grounded during chaos. They gave you comfort during uncertainty. But what protected you then may imprison you now. The mind is loyal. It does not question why something remains. It assumes it remains because it matters. When you sleep surrounded by reminders of old struggles, old relationships, old failures, the mind keeps revisiting them, not consciously, but quietly, repeatedly. This repetition forms identity, and identity determines behavior. You may say, I don't think about these things anymore, but the body remembers what the mind avoids. The nervous system responds to symbols long before logic speaks. A single object tied to emotional memory can signal the body to stay guarded, to stay familiar, to stay small. Growth feels unsafe when the environment keeps reminding you of who you used to be. Letting go is not forgetting. It is choosing not to rehearse what no longer serves you. Strength is not in holding on longer. It is in releasing at the right time. Every phase of life asks for a different posture. When you refuse to change posture, you limit movement, and when movement is limited, progress slows. You cannot step fully into the present while anchoring yourself to the past. The future requires space, not only physical space, but psychological space. The mind cannot imagine new outcomes when it is constantly validating old narratives. If you want to become someone new, your surroundings must stop asking you to be who you were. This does not mean discarding everything. It means being honest about what energizes you and what drains you. Honest about what reflects growth and what reflects fear. Each item you keep should serve the direction you are moving toward, not the direction you survived. Release is an act of respect for yourself and for the version of you that no longer needs to fight the same battles. When you clear what belongs to yesterday, you signal readiness for tomorrow, and the moment the past loosens its grip, your path forward begins to open. Many people believe they are tired because they are weak. This is not true. They are tired because they never truly rest. The body lies down, but the system stays alert. Muscles relax, but the nervous system remains on guard. And when rest is incomplete, recovery never finishes its work. Sleep is not an absence of action. It is a process. During rest, the body repairs, the mind organizes, and the spirit integrates experience. When this process is interrupted, the next day begins with a deficit. You wake up already behind, already compensating, already pushing instead of moving with clarity. Look carefully at what surrounds you when you sleep. Light, sound, vibration, even subtle movement, all of it speaks to the body. The body does not negotiate, it responds. If the environment signals disturbance, the system prepares for threat, not restoration, and a body in protection mode cannot access creativity, insight, or courage. This is why some people work harder every year, yet feel less capable. Their energy is leaking during the very hours meant to restore it. They are running on fragments of strength instead of full capacity. Over time, this becomes normal to them. Fatigue becomes personality. Tension becomes identity. But the body was not designed to live like this. Deep rest is not luxury. It is foundation. Without it, discipline becomes force. With it, discipline becomes natural. When the body is rested, the mind follows direction easily. When the body is exhausted, even simple decisions feel heavy. Many confuse stimulation with effectiveness. They fill their nights with noise, light, and activity, believing they are unwinding. In reality, they are extending the day into the night. The nervous system never receives the signal to power down, and without that signal, sleep remains shallow, fragmented, incomplete. Breakthrough does not come from pushing harder while depleted. It comes when strength is renewed. Clarity does not visit the restless. It visits the prepared. Preparation begins with honoring the rhythm of the body. When you protect your rest, you protect your future. When you improve the quality of your sleep, you improve the quality of your decisions. And when decisions improve, life responds differently. Do not underestimate what happens when the body finally feels safe enough to let go. In that surrender, recovery completes its work. And from that place, real power rises. Because a rested body does not chase direction, it recognizes it. Clarity does not arrive through force. It arrives when confusion is removed. Many people search for direction while living inside environments that constantly pull them in different directions. Too many objects, too many signals, too many unfinished intentions competing for attention. The mind mirrors this perfectly. When the space is crowded, thought becomes crowded. When the space is noisy, inner dialogue becomes noisy. Energy is sensitive. It follows pathways of least resistance. In a cluttered environment, energy scatters. It has no clear direction to move toward, no center to gather around. This is why motivation rises briefly and then disappears. It is not weak. It simply has nowhere to stay. People often ask why they feel indecisive, why focus slips so easily, why momentum never holds. They believe the problem is internal. But the environment is constantly interrupting the mind's ability to organize itself. Every object is a request. Every surface filled is a reminder. Every corner crowded is another signal saying, stay divided. Simplicity is not emptiness. It is precision. It is choosing what matters and removing what does not. When you reduce visual noise, you reduce mental noise. When the eyes rest, the mind follows. And when the mind settles, direction becomes visible. Chaos confuses energy, not in a mystical way, but in a practical one. The nervous system is designed to scan for order. Order signals safety. Safety allows expansion. When order is missing, the system contracts. It conserves. It hesitates. Breakthrough does not happen in contraction. It happens in openness. This is why disciplined spaces produce disciplined lives, not because of control, but because of flow. In a clear space, actions feel intentional. Decisions feel cleaner. Movement feels lighter. You waste less energy resisting your own environment. You do not need to add more to your life to move forward. You need to subtract what distracts, subtract what confuses, subtract what no longer reflects who you are becoming. Each removal is not a loss, it is a return of energy, a return of focus, a return of authority over your direction. Many underestimate how much strength is hidden under excess. When excess is removed, strength reveals itself naturally. You stop forcing discipline and start embodying it. The room supports you instead of challenging you. A clear space is not about aesthetics, it is about alignment. When your surroundings are aligned with your intention, progress stops feeling like struggle. And when confusion leaves the room, direction finally has space to enter. Many people search for protection outside themselves. They look for symbols, methods, rituals, or beliefs to guard their path. This search is understandable. When life feels uncertain, the mind wants something to hold on to. But real protection is not something you place around yourself. It is something you cultivate within. Fear weakens awareness. Discipline strengthens it. When you are disciplined, you see clearly. When you see clearly, fewer things can disturb you. You do not need to fight what you understand. You do not need protection from what no longer controls you. Discipline is not rigidity. It is consistency with intention. It is choosing the same direction every day, even when emotion pulls elsewhere. It is creating order not because you are afraid of chaos, but because order allows life to move through you without resistance. Many confuse discipline with punishment. They think it requires harshness. In truth, discipline is care. It is how you protect your energy. It is how you decide what enters your space, your mind, and your body. Without discipline, everything has access to you. With discipline, only what aligns remains. Look at the progression you have heard. The environment trains you. Attention must be guarded. The past must be released. Rest must be protected. Clarity must be restored. None of these require belief. They require practice. And practice, repeated daily, becomes discipline. When discipline is present, fear has no place to attach. Fear feeds on disorder. It grows where boundaries are weak. But when your space is intentional and your habits are clear, fear becomes quiet. Not because it disappears, but because it is no longer needed. You do not need to cleanse your room with rituals. You need to respect it with action. Cleanliness, order, simplicity, presence. These are not spiritual concepts. They are signals to the body, the mind, and the nervous system that you are in control of your direction. Power does not arrive suddenly. It accumulates. Each disciplined choice strengthens the next. Each time you maintain order, you reinforce trust in yourself, and self-trust is the strongest foundation for any breakthrough. When your life is aligned, outside influence loses its grip. You are no longer easily pulled, easily disturbed, easily delayed. You move with quiet certainty, not rushing, not hesitating, just moving. This is why discipline is the real protection. It does not depend on belief. It depends on action. And action, repeated consistently, reshapes destiny. When your space, habits, and attention are aligned, nothing needs to be removed from you, because nothing harmful can remain.